This woman I married, the love of my life, Catherine Ross, married Catherine Ross. Been going with Catherine since 1978.
Sam Elliott, the voice, the mustache, the legend. For decades he's been the face of Western grit and quiet strength. Fans grew up watching him ride across dusty plains and speak tough truths with that deep, calm voice, but behind the cool cowboy image things haven't always been easy. He's faced public backlash, fake death rumors, and lately something even more personal, a confession not to a co-star or a studio but to his fans, and what he said in it left many in tears. Join us as we dive into Sam Elliott's personal life, the many facets of it, as well as uncover the emotional message he left. A tough beginning and a dream that wouldn't let go. Sam Elliott was born on August 9, 1944 in Sacramento, California. His mother Glennie was once a state diving champion. Later she became a teacher and physical training instructor. His father Henry Nelson Elliott worked as a predator control specialist. Both of his parents came from El Paso, Texas, and one of Sam's ancestors even served as a surgeon during the Battle of San Antonio. When Sam was 13, his family moved to Portland, Oregon. He spent his teenage years there and finished school at David Douglas High School in 1962. After that, he started college at the University of Oregon. He tried studying English and psychology but left after just 2 terms. Sam came back to Portland and joined Clark College in Vancouver, Washington. That's where things began to shift. He played Big Jewel in a stage version of Guys and Dolls. His acting stood out so much that the local newspaper said he should be a professional actor. After finishing his 2-year program, he returned once again to the University of Oregon, but when his father passed away from a heart attack, Sam left college for good. That moment changed his life. He was only 18 when he lost his dad. It hurt deeply. Years later, Sam shared, "My dad died thinking I was a total idiot for wanting to be an actor. It was painful, but it pushed him forward. That motivated me." Sam said, "My father was a good practical man, but he came from a different time. He didn't give up on his dream even when his father told him you've got a snowball's chance in hell of having a career in Hollywood." Sam didn't stop believing, but belief alone wasn't enough. He still had to work hard to survive, and that meant picking up a shovel before holding a script. Building dreams with cement and grit. Life in Los Angeles wasn't easy at first. Sam Elliott didn't become a star overnight. To pay his bills, he worked in construction, and funny enough, that job helped him get his big break. One day, while helping a family friend with a cement job, everything changed. That friend just happened to be an assistant director. He invited Sam to visit him on a set, and that's how Sam got his first taste of the movie business. "My big break, pouring cement," Sam once joked. Soon after Sam got his first film credit, it was in the 1969 classic Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He played a card player. It wasn't a big role. In fact, it was barely a role at all. Sam said, "I had one line, it was off camera. I was nothing more than a shadow on a wall," but to him that small part meant everything. He was finally on set. He even got to watch Robert Redford work. "That was fun," he said with a smile. From there, Sam started getting more chances. He appeared in shows like Judd for the Defense and Gunsmoke in the early 1970s. He was also in Lancer, and for a few episodes, he played Renslow. Then came a role in Mission Impossible. He wasn't the lead, but he was on a big show that counted for a lot. And then came the beer commercials. In 1972, he became the cowboy walker in Falstaff beer ads. The role suited him perfectly. His look, his voice, his whole vibe, it was like the part was written for him. Still, real stardom was a little further down the road, but when it came, it was worth the wait. Breakthroughs and setbacks. Sam Elliott's major breakthrough came in 1975. He starred as Charles Wood in the TV film I Will Fight No More Forever. It was a powerful drama about Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce tribe. Sam played a lead role, showing depth and strength as an actor. It wasn't just about his cowboy image anymore. People started seeing his real talent. Then in 1976, he played Rick Carlson in Lifeguard. That movie became a quiet hit. He played a lifeguard in Southern California who started to question his life. It was a very human story. Variety magazine didn't love the movie, calling it unsatisfying, but they noticed Sam. They said, "Elliott, who has some beefcake value, projects a character who is mostly a passive reactor." Even if they didn't praise him fully, the film helped Sam move forward. He was no longer just a face in the background. Not every role was a win, though. In 1974, he was cast as El Knievel in a TV pilot that sounded exciting, especially since El Navel was a big name at the time. The show's idea was wild. Sam's character would compete with a female stunt rider in a motorcycle contest. The pilot didn't go far. CBS didn't turn it into a full series. Years later, someone told Sam the pilot was on YouTube. His reply, "F me." Listen, we've all got stinkers out there, and if we're lucky then we survive. That's the kind of man Sam is. He doesn't pretend every role was perfect, he owns it, he laughs about it, he moves on. But even with the ups and downs, there was something about Sam that audiences never stopped loving. That voice, that calm strength, the feeling that he meant every word he said. He had something real, and that mattered more than any one role. Building a strong career in the late 1970s and early 80s, Sam Elliott began to gain more attention as a character actor. One of his early big roles was in the 1977 miniseries Aspen, where he played Tom Keating. A few years later in Murder in Texas 1981, he acted opposite Farrah Fawcett and Catherine Ross, the woman who would later become his wife. He also starred with Cheryl Ladd in A Death in California in 1985. In 1979, Elliott worked with Tom Selleck in The Sackets, a miniseries based on the books of Lewis. Fans loved their pairings so much that they were cast together again in 1982's The Shadow Riders, also based on a lore story. These Western roles fit Elliott's voice, look, and calm energy perfectly. He had a key supporting role in Mask 1985, acting alongside Cher, and in Prancer 1989 he showed a softer side as a strict but caring father figure. Audiences got to see a different version of him, tough on the outside but warm deep down. Throughout this time, he also guest starred on many TV shows like Felony Squad, Gunsmoke Lancer, and Hawaii 5. He did several TV movies too. One of the big ones was Buffalo Girls in 1995, where he played Wild Bill Hickok. In 1986, he took on the lead role in Gone to Texas, a film about Sam Houston. Elliott played Houston as both a brave fighter and a smart political leader. The story followed Houston through his time as governor, his time with the Cherokee Nation, and his role in Texas becoming free from Mexico. By 1989, Elliott was in the action movie Roadhouse with Patrick Seas. He played Wade Garrett, a mentor and friend to Seas. It was another tough guy role, but with heart. In 1991, Sam and his wife Catherine Ross starred together in Canager, based on a Louis L'Amour novel. It was a rare project where they shared the screen and fans loved their chemistry, but things were just heating up for Elliott. The early 90s would bring two of his most famous movie roles, becoming a legend. In 1993, Sam Elliott played Brigadier General John Buford in the historical war film Gettysburg. That same year, he also played Virgil Herp in Tombstone, one of the most famous Westerns of that time. His calm and steady performance stood out even among big names like Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. Then came The Big Lebowski in 1998. Elliott didn't have a lot of screen time in this film, but he made a huge impact. He played the stranger, a cowboy-like figure who narrates the movie. His deep voice and calm delivery made the role unforgettable. He kept picking strong roles. In 2002, he was in We Were Soldiers as Sergeant Major Basil Plumley, a brave, no-nonsense soldier, and in 2003 he played General Thaddeus Ross in Hulk, a big-budget superhero film. Even though Elliott didn't always play the lead, his character stuck with people. He brought wisdom, strength, and real emotion to every role. He had a presence that made you want to listen and remember. That's what made him special. But what came next would bring both new roles and a whole new generation of fans. In 2005, Sam Elliott played a former cowboy model in Thank You for Smoking. The twist: his character now had lung cancer after years of promoting cigarettes. It was a serious role with a message, one that only someone like Elliott could pull off. In 2006, he voiced Ben the cow in the animated movie Barnyard. It was a fun change, but that signature voice made even a cartoon cow sound wise and strong. Then in 2007, Elliott jumped into the world of comic book movies with Ghost Rider playing Carter Slade. That same year, he was also in The Golden Compass as Lee Scoresby, a brave explorer. That film had a big cast including Nicole Kidman, Christopher Lee, and Daniel Craig. He made a small but cool appearance in Up in the Air as the head pilot of American Airlines, a short role but still memorable. Fans of the comedy show Parks and Recreation will remember his guest role as Ron Dunn, the peaceful, naturalving version of Ron Swanson. He only appeared a few times, but again, Elliott left his mark. He kept working steadily with voice work in Marmaduke 2010 and a spot as a football coach in Draft Day 2014. In 2015, he returned in a big way. Elliott acted opposite Lily Tomlin in Grandma and starred in the romance I'll See You in My Dreams. He was also in Digging for Fire. That same year, he won the Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Guest Performer in a Drama Series for his work in Justified, and that was just the beginning of a new wave of success. Respect awards and a voice that spoke up. Sam Elliott began getting even more Loved from both fans and critics, he joined the Netflix series The Ranch, acting alongside Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson's son. It brought him into the homes of younger viewers and reminded everyone why he was so good. He also had a part in Grace and Frankie and voiced Butch in Pixar's The Good Dinosaur, but it was The Hero 2017 that really brought attention back to him in a big way. In The Hero, Elliott played an aging Western star whose best years were behind him. The role was very close to home. Many fans and critics felt it captured everything they loved about him. Awards circuit wrote, "Elliott is perfect here. The Hero encapsulates everything you love about him into one package." Later that year he appeared in The Man Who Killed Hitler, a film as wild as its title, but Sam played it with seriousness and strength, just like always. Then came one of the biggest films of his career. He played Bobby Maine, the older brother of Bradley Cooper's character. His performance was powerful and full of emotion. For this role, Elliott won the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor. He was also nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award and finally an Oscar. Talking about his first Academy Award nomination, Sam said, "I think the thing off the top of my head might be it's about effing time." Fans agreed. After so many years in the business, he had earned that moment. In 2022, Elliott starred in 1883, the prequel to Yellowstone. He played Shay Brennan, a strong and complex man who led a group of travelers through harsh western lands. The show was a hit for his role. Sam won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Miniseries. Even after decades in Hollywood, Sam Elliott wasn't done making an impact, but behind the calm face and cowboy voice was a man who'd been through a lot, including moments the public never really saw. The casting couch, the truth and a clear conscience. In the 1980s, Sam Elliott shared something not many male actors talked about: his own experiences with the casting couch. In a 1980 interview with the Dayton Daily News, he said, "You cannot believe the casting couch stories. I could tell you the cliches are all true." Elliott revealed that he had been approached by both men and women in the industry, and every time he turned them down. "It's probably hurt me," he admitted, "but I'm the one who has to live with that guilt. My conscience is clear even though my career is still not setting the world on fire." These words showed a lot about who Sam Elliott really was, someone who stuck to his values even when it cost him something. Years later, when the #MeToo movement began, Elliott supported it fully. In an interview with Variety, he called it the best thing that's happened to Hollywood in a long time. He admitted that in Hollywood things often worked both ways. Some people did whatever it took to survive, but what broke his heart the most was the young, innocent people who came to Hollywood with dreams only to be chewed up by the system. Sam Elliott's honesty and strength have always set him apart, and in the middle of a noisy, changing industry, he stayed real every step of the way. Speaking of which, while many actors have adapted to the fast-paced world of fame and technology, Sam has taken a different path. His way of staying grounded is clear in one major choice he's made. Why Sam Elliott stays away from social media. In today's world, most stars are all over social media. They share updates, selfies, and behind-the-scenes moments with fans, but not Sam Elliott. He doesn't use Twitter, he's not on Instagram. In fact, he doesn't even have email. In an interview with ARP, the magazine, Elliott said, "Everywhere you look, people are looking at their hands. In restaurants, it's like you're sitting in a patch of jack-o'-lanterns because everyone's face is lit up by their phone. Nobody's relating to each other." That's why he chooses to stay away. He prefers real connections. He likes face-to-face talks, not screen time, and it hasn't hurt his fame at all. People still recognize him, but what they usually notice first isn't his face, it's his voice. "My voice gets recognized before anything else." He said he knew from a young age that his voice was special. He started as a tenor in church choirs, then moved to baritone, and finally became a deep bass. "I knew then that my voice would be my instrument." That deep, calm voice is now his trademark, and when he wants to avoid attention, he has a trick. "Now if I want to hide, I just keep my mouth shut," he joked. But that voice isn't the only thing people talk about. People also talk about his relationship with his wife that has stayed strong for decades, a love story that started with a silent glance. Back in 1969, Sam Elliott got a small role in the film. He was just a background extra in a bar scene, but something important happened on that set. He saw actress Catherine Ross for the first time. She was already a big star by then, known for her role in The Graduate. Sam didn't speak to her. "I didn't dare try to talk to her then," he said. "She was the leading lady. I was a glorified extra." Almost 10 years later, fate brought them together again. This time they were co-stars in the film The Legacy 1978. That's when they finally spoke and got to know each other, but it wasn't simple at the time. Ross was still married to her fourth husband. Their marriage ended in 1979, and 5 years later, in 1984, she married Sam Elliott. Their bond was strong from the beginning. In fact, Elliott almost turned down his role in Mask because he and Ross were on their honeymoon when the offer came in. Through the years, their marriage has lasted, something rare in Hollywood. Elliott once shared the secret to their long relationship: "We have a common sensibility, but we also work at being together. You work past the ST, you don't walk away from it. That's how relationships last." Sam and Catherine's story shows that real love takes effort. It's not just about the good times, it's about standing by each other through everything. But even with a strong marriage, a long career, and a voice that people recognize instantly, Sam Elliott has always stayed true to himself. Money was never his goal, it was always about the work. Money, movies, and doing it for the right reasons. After more than 5 decades in Hollywood, Sam Elliott has built a name that people respect. He's been in countless films and shows. He's won awards and he's made a good living. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Elliott is worth around $20 million, but that was never the point. In an interview with The Guardian, he made it clear, "I've never done a job for money." For him, it's all about the story, the writing, the emotion behind the role. It's not about working for money. He said it's about what's on the page. Because of that mindset, he's ended up in some films that few people saw, but he doesn't regret it. He's proud of the choices he made. Sam is also not too focused on his legacy. He doesn't worry about what people will say about him later. What matters to him is how he feels right now and who he's working with. It's all about enjoying the process, he said, and if you can't enjoy that, then you're going about it wrong. Then he added a line that sums up how he sees the ups and downs of life and acting: "Sometimes you eat the process, sometimes the process eats you." These words show who Sam Elliott really is: a man who values honesty, hard work, and staying grounded. He doesn't follow the crowd, he doesn't chase fame, and he never forgot where he came from. Whether it's avoiding social media, laughing at mustache memes, or turning down roles that don't feel right, he's always followed his gut, and that's what keeps fans coming back, not just for the cowboy hats or the deep voice, but for the man behind them. Sam Elliott, the real deal. Career mistakes. Sam Elliott has one of the most recognizable faces and voices in Hollywood. With his deep draw and that legendary mustache, he became the symbol of the strong, silent cowboy, but it wasn't always smooth sailing. Sam once said he almost ruined his career before it even fully started. In 2017, while promoting his movie The Hero, Elliott told Business Insider that things weren't always easy. He said, "I thought I fucked myself out of a career." The film The Hero was important for Sam. It was his first big leading role after years of supporting characters. He played Lee Hayden, an aging Western actor struggling with time and the pressures of the industry. The story hit close to home. The movie's director Brett Haley had worked with Elliott before on I'll See You in My Dreams. The two became friends during the film's promotion and later teamed up again. Haley and his writing partner wrote The Hero with Sam in mind. Elliott shared, "Every actor's dream is somebody writes something specifically for them." He added, "I've had people write parts for me over the years, but I've never had anybody give me a script that I was on every page that was written with me in mind." Despite his long career, this moment was a big deal for Sam. It made him feel seen in a new way, but just when everything seemed to be going well, a storm of controversy was about to follow him. When words go too far. Public apology. In 2022, Sam Elliott found himself at the center of backlash after making strong comments about the Oscar-winning movie during an appearance on the WTF podcast with Marc Maron. Elliott called the film a piece of shit and criticized its portrayal of cowboys. He also made remarks that hinted at discomfort with the movie's themes of sexuality and questioned director Jane Campion's background. People didn't take it lightly. His comments about the film, its actors, and Campion, who was from New Zealand, led to major criticism. Campion later fired back, calling Elliott's views misogynistic, xenophobic, and homophobic. She even added, "He's not a cowboy, he's an actor." Benedict Cumberbatch, who starred in the film, responded without naming Sam. He spoke about the problem of assuming everyone must live a normal or straight life just because of where they're from or what job they have. After all this, Sam Elliott admitted he made a mistake during a deadline event. He apologized. "I wasn't very articulate about it," he said. "I said some things that hurt people and I feel terrible about that." He continued, "The gay community has been incredible to me my entire career, friends on every level and every job. I'm sorry I hurt any of those friends and anyone else by the words I used." He also apologized directly to the Power of the Dog cast, "Brilliant actors all," he said, and in particular Benedict Cumberbatch, I can only say that I'm sorry and I am. Sam admitted that he had been trying to talk about the movie but he hadn't expressed himself well. His apology, though late, was sincere, but as if one controversy wasn't enough, something more shocking spread across the internet: a rumor that he was dead, the fake death that went viral in August. 2023 social media exploded with the claim that Sam Elliott had passed away. The news shocked fans everywhere. There were YouTube videos with titles like "Sam Elliott Tribute" and "10 minutes ago Sam Elliott, his last goodbye" on his deathbed. Thumbnails even showed his birth year, 1944, next to 2023, suggesting he had died. The videos quickly went viral. One said, "Let's keep the legacy of Sam Elliott alive and kicking," which only added more confusion. These fake death rumors weren't just on YouTube, they showed up on Twitter and Facebook too. Some people believed it, others questioned it, but none of the big news outlets said anything. That's because the news was false. Sam Elliott was alive and well. The rumors came from unreliable YouTube channels like Ripples in Time and Celeb Breaking News, which had a history of spreading lies. These same channels had also posted fake death videos about other stars like Mike Tyson. Some sites like Sportskeeda and The Sun picked up the story but gave no real source. They even used a statement that was clearly copied from other hoaxes. He joins the long list of celebrities who have been victimized by this hoax. He's still alive and well. Stop believing what you see on the internet. This same exact line had been used before, word for word, in hoaxes about other celebrities. The site Media Mass, known for spreading fake news, was also behind some of the content. This wasn't even the first time it happened to Sam. Back in 2019, a similar rumor spread online claiming he had passed away peacefully in his sleep. But despite all these false claims, Sam Elliott is very much alive. In fact, not only is he alive, he's still working back to work even after all the rumors. Sam Elliott is showing no signs of slowing down. He's returning to the screen in Season 2 of Landman, a series on Paramount+. The show is created by Taylor Sheridan, the same man behind Yellowstone. In 1883, Sam had previously worked with Sheridan on 1883, where he played Shea Brennan, a cowboy with a sad past who helps lead settlers across the plains. This time in Landman, Sam will be a series regular. The show is set in Texas and follows the people working in the oil and gas world. The lead role is played by Billy Bob Thornton, who said the part was written specifically for him. So what's Landman about? It tells the story of landmen, professionals who deal directly with landowners to secure oil and gas rights they manage. Leases, talk to billionaires, and handle powerful companies. Thornton's character Tommy Norris is right in the middle of that world. Although the details of Sam Elliott's role haven't been revealed yet, fans are excited to see him back on screen. His past work with Sheridan and his ability to bring calm, depth, and power to every role make him a perfect fit for this gritty series. After all the ups and downs, the career struggles, the apology, the death hoaxes, Sam Elliott is still standing tall, still working, still doing what he loves. What do you think of Sam Elliott's decision to always speak his mind even when it causes controversy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories from Hollywood's fascinating history. See you next time.